All right. Now we're doing FreeCodeCamp, JavaScript algorithms and data structures, basic data structures, remove items using the splice method. So finally, we got something new, right? So now we've learned how to remove elements from the beginning and end of arrays using the shift and pop methods. But what if we want to remove an element from somewhere in the middle? I bet we're going to use Splice, huh? Or remove more than one element at once. I bet Splice will do that too. How about that? So that's where Splice comes in. The Splice method allows us to do just that. Remove any number of consecutive elements from anywhere in the array. So the Splice method can take up to 3 parameters. Actually, come on now. Let's come over here and say Splice JavaScript like that. Come over to the MDM page. And actually, it's not just 3. We can have infinite amount. It's just that once it's this third one, we have more items. We can go. You can go through this if you feel like it. Maybe we'll do it later. I guarantee you, probably not. Anyway, so here we go. Splice can take up to 3 parameters, actually infinity. But for now, we'll focus on just the first 2. The first 2 parameters of the Splice method are integers, which represent indexes or positions of items in the array that the Splice method is being called upon. And remember, arrays are 0 indexed. So to indicate the first element of an array, we would use the 0. We would use 0. So the Splice method's first parameter represents the index of the array from which to begin removing elements, while the second parameter indicates the number of elements to delete. For example, we're going to let array equal today was not so great. But if we do array.splice and then have start at 2 and take this next the 2 elements from there, I hope that's what that's. Anyway, we'll say 0, 1, 2, and we'll take not so out of there, leaving us today was great. Awesome. So here we remove 2 elements beginning with the third element, 0, 1, 2, at index 2, and an array would have the value today was great. All right. Even though it's like 9 in the morning. But anyway, let's keep going. So the Splice method not only modifies the array it's being called on, but it also returns a new array containing the value of the removed elements. So now we're going to let array equal, I am feeling really happy. And we'll say let new array equal array.splice 3 to 2. Excuse me, 3, and then we'll take the 2 of them. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. So we'll start at 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, and take these 2 right here, all right? So new array has the value really happy. All right. So we've initialized an array R, and now we're going to use the Splice method to remove elements from R so that it only contains elements that sum to the value of 10. Okay. So this one may be a little tricky, but let's knock it out anyway. So let's say something like this, r.splice. We definitely know that. And so what do we got to do here? All right. So just because, let's get through this. If we take these 4 out of here, we'll be left with, come on now. Come on now. Anyway, we'll be left with 2, 5, 2, and 1. So 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 2 is 9, plus 1 is 10, right? So let's do that. Let's say r.splice, and we'll say from 1, 0, 1, and we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So we'll take from 1, and we'll take 4 of them, like that. And so we do console.log r is now 2, 5, 2, 1, like that. And if we do something like this, console.log r.reduce p, comma c, arrow. Where's the arrow? Wrong arrow. Arrow, and then p plus c. We'll see that it equals 10. Yeah, that's the old reduce method. We'll get it. Hopefully we'll get into that later in this one. If not, once you start doing the FreeCodeCamp, the Code Wars exercises, because you'll soon learn that this is not enough to learn JavaScript. You'll be running into reduce quite a lot. So clearly this works. Let's run the test. Looks good and submit it. All right, now we're on to add items using Splice, and we'll see you next time.